Hey, what's up? It's your boy, the Knologist. We're going to be doing this series called Leetcode plus RuneScape training. So basically, I'm going to be solving Leetcodes and then AFK training on RuneScape. Right now, I'm trying to get to 70 defense. So I'm just going to be going Leetcoding to 70 defense. All right, so let's pick a question here. Let's go back to the problem list. I just did one, but the video cut out, so we'll do it as if I haven't done any. So basically all I gotta do is, and I set a Pomodoro timer for every 15 minutes to tell me to take another dose of Super Combat, because each of these gives you like plus 15. So it takes 15 minutes for it to wear off. So what I'll do here is I'll sort solved is not. So now it only shows the ones I didn't solve. Finding the original typed string. I already did this. Let's try. Let's pick a random one. I don't want to do hards yet. Let's try rising temperature. What's this? What's this one about? Oh, this is SQL. Fuck off. Fuck out of here, bro. I'm just trying to do algorithms, data structures questions. So let's go algorithms, topics. Okay. Longest palindromic substring. Okay. Given a string S, return the longest palindromic substring in S. So it looks like I've attempted this before. Let's try it. So S is the string. So we have babad. Technically it's baba or abba. A palindrome is basically a word that can be spelt the same backwards. So level spelt backwards is also level. That's a palindrome. We just call it a pal. So let's take a look here. So babab, bb is a palindrome. I guess you would use some sort of a pointer method, maybe. Start with the whole string and work your way in, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it could be a palindrome that way. So I have to find a place where it would be. Because it could be on this side of the word, or it could be on this side. So let's do a test. Constraints. S is between 1 and 1,000 letters. Consists of only digits and English letters. Okay, you get that zapper though. So what do I want to do? Return the string. It's the longest palindrome. So I could go str string, 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 substring. It could even be sliding window, technically. Sliding Python, sliding window technique, subarray. Subarray or substring window, main idea is to use the results of the previous window to do computations for the next window. Okay. What other clues do we have about this? Given a string, longest palindromic substring. I could go pointer to each letter, so I'd go increment letter, and then pointer 2 could find the same letter to find a palindrome. So I guess that's kind of like a sliding window. So I could do this, pointer 1. You just have to return the string itself. Does not include index 5, so it's not inclusive. So you just take a slice basically. And then while so let's start it here. If the length of s is equal to 1, then I don't want to continue because I know it's just one letter and it's not going to do anything. So I could just return, I could return s. Substrings could also include the whole string, so I just return it if it's itself. Part 2, while okay, so this means I gotta take another dose of potion. They reset the timer. What strength, what defense level am I at? I'm at 64, approaching 65. Using full obby for the because it stacks with Berserker Necklace. So if you have full obby set, you get stacked damage incentives for your obby weapon. So if you have an obby sword or an obby maul, it does more damage. Then I have the obby shield, which gives +4 strength bonus. Then I have the Berserker Necklace, which stacks on top of the obby strength and attack damage bonuses. So there's a lot of incentive to use obby. But yeah, let's go back to this screen. Then what I'm going to do next is pretty much while PTR 2 I mean, you could increment the letter, and as you go, so you could use a for loop here technically, and just have a pointer. So within each for loop, you have a pointer that increments by 1. So you can go 4. And then you can go length of the string, so it goes all the way till the end. And then B, you could have it decreasing like this from the other side while you have and pretty much find it that way. So while this gives you the final index. So I start here, and then I keep going all the way down, find the longest palindrome. There's nothing, then I go to the next letter, find the longest palindrome. Nothing, find the longest palindrome. So that's like an O of N kind of thing. I don't want to say it's O of N squared because it does decrease as you go on, but it is technically an O of N squared solution. But let's try it. So while PTR is greater than, because it can't be the same thing, it's greater than I. Val equals, then how do we do the substring in Python? Oh, you do an array slice. So basically it would be substring equals So substring right now is equal to substring is equal to the slice. So substring is equal to the slice. So S is the slice. Now we're taking a slice that we're going from I, which is the current index. So let's say it's the first letter in the whiteboard. So let's say it's cat or catapult. This is the longest palindromic thing, because palindrome is the word reversed. So if I spell this backwards, it's the same thing. So let's say I have catapult. And basically I want to find this, right? So right now if I had I here, I would be going all the way down here with my PTR. And that way it's going this way till it finds A. And then when A is a match to whatever letter it's on, so right now if it was at C, it'd have no matches, and then it would then cross C because there's nothing there. So I'm basically saying, okay, now it's A, now I start from T again, I go all the way down, boom, and then I find an A because this matches the index. So that's when I know to check if it's a palindrome or not, because it has to be able to flip back and forth. If there's no matching index, there's no need to flip it. There's no match. So okay, let's quickly check my RootScape account. So let's go back, and then so while PTR is greater than I, so I is wherever it's at. It could be at the C, it could be at the A, it could be at the T, it could be anywhere, as long as I don't cross it. So I want to say if substring is greater than I and S at I so if it's greater than this and S at I, so whatever the C is, so if it's at A, I want to find the other A so I can know when to flip it and check if it's a palindrome. So then S at PTR. So if it's greater than, it can never be less than, because you can't go backwards, right? So whatever letter this is on, it's going to do it, and it's going to do it for every letter. So C, check all the letters. A, check all the letters. Oh, found an A? Okay, let's flip this substring. So I'm going to say substring I2, and then it's going to be 2, and then whatever PTR is. So PTR would be 5, but it's non-inclusive, so PTR plus 1. So I have to add 1 to it, basically, because it'll take off an extra item from my slice. And then if the reverse of this substring, so if ATA, let's say I find an A, if ATA flipped is ATA, so basically reverse sub, this is the flip, so if so if the reverse is equal to this, like here, so let's say I finally get, so from C to A, I finally found the A, ATA, and I flip it. So if ATA equals ATA then we're good to go. So what we'll do here is then return the substring. Because this is the longest possible one. Everything that comes up after here only gets smaller over time. So we won't be able to find it over time. So other than that, it says it has to be 1, so we've already covered this case, and then we've covered this case for the substring. Wrong answer. No. Okay, so that probably means it's going over the length somehow. So length of S, it's going up to the length of S. Okay. Okay, because it can't go to the length of S. It has to go to the length of S minus 1. Because I'm going this way. And this starts at the end length of S minus 1. So I can never actually get there, otherwise I'm defeating the purpose of the palindrome. Null again. I in range 0 to the length of S minus 1, because I want to go to second last. PTR equals the length of S minus 1 every time. If PTR is greater than I, and S at I equals the PTR. Oh yeah, because I have to decrement this. I need to tell it to keep going down within this while loop, or it's gonna be an infinite while loop basically. And that's going to go S at this, S at this, S at this. Let's run it now. Okay. I'm just curious. Let's just run it this way. S consists of only digits and letters. Okay, it doesn't matter. While PTR is greater than I. Because it can't be equal to I. Or maybe we could make it equal to I. No, we can't. The longest palindromic substring, I in length of S, length of the string. Every time we loop, it resets. The value at S at this, S at this. Oh, it's not going in the while loop. Okay, so let's do this. I gotta take another dose. Basically what's happening here is if I only want to do this condition if it's the case. So basically if this is the case, otherwise keep decrementing. you only want to check stuff when it's the same. So if s at I equals s at ptr, then do all this. Otherwise, keep decrementing it. Keep decrementing it till it's greater than I. While ptr is greater than I, when it's not greater than I, it fails, then goes to the next condition. Semicolon. PTR is len s minus 1. Okay. Range goes up to len s minus 1. I could just do this. If it doesn't get to the end, AB. Expected BAB. S at I, so it starts at 0. So if S at I equals B, and then PTR starts at B, substring I to PTR plus 1. Reverse string in Python. Something's off. It's probably some syntactical thing. It's saying to do this. Whatever the word is. Oh, rev sub is not s minus 1, it's sub minus 1. There. That should fix it. Rev sub is sub is the slice of s. And rev sub is the reverse of the sub. There, that should fix. There we go. What did I tell you guys? Oh my god, I'm the smartest guy on the planet. Submit. What? Where does it fail? ACA. Output AA. There could be longer ones too. Okay, so A boom, A boom. Oh, because it's going to be longest palindrome. So this solves it for find a palindrome. Now we have to find the longest, basically. So we have to have some sort of variable to hold the longest. So longest. Then we could swap this. So basically this just finds wherever there's a palindrome and it keeps going. So what I'm going to do is I'll just make longest the return here. So if sub equals rev sub, cool, we found a palindrome. If we found a palindrome and the length of the sub is greater than the length of longest, then just make longest equals sub. So basically it'll keep finding palindromes. It'll find as many as it has to. It'll only record the longest one and store it in here based on what we've already been doing, and then return the longest. That should do it as well. The test should pass. If sub equals rev sub and length, and len longest. Let's make it neater so you guys can see it. So basically it checks, is it a substring? Is it longer than the current longest one? So right now longest is nothing. So then longest will be updated to the substring. Done. That should work. Should pass the test, and now it should pass for the longest. Wrong answer again. 135 out of 142 test cases. Oh, output. This is an edge case. Okay, so if everything fails, just return the first letter of the palindrome. Boom, pass. There we go, pass. So basically you just use the clues to kind of figure out what's going on. So if you like this guide, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment below. Knologist out.